Hey everybody, it's time for the Friday just after Bill Burr's Thursday, Monday morning podcast. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. It's the 14th. I know you're all excited. All the ladies out there, your man got a paycheck today. Unless he gets every other week. And then he might have got paid, but either way, plenty of ladies out there know that there's money coming in to be spent. And on that note, money to be spent. Actually, that's why I wanted to comment on, reactions to Bill and Bill Burr in his podcast earlier this week. I believe said something. He was reading a story about a guy who, the year before, he got 2 heart pizzas for him and his girl. One each, I guess. And that's all he could afford. And Bill was on his side at first. He's like, what's the girl doing for you? And and as the story progressed, because the guy didn't want to, he didn't even want to get a gift because, I don't know if he felt bad or what the reason, but Bill's like, dude, you're gonna totally, you're gonna bomb this. You're gonna ruin this relationship if you don't get a gift. And he said something about, for the price of 2 roses, you can get a chicken at Costco. And so I did some thinking, throughout the week. And for the price of 2 heart-shaped pizzas, from your typical chain pizza place, even if you pick them up, delivery, whatever, for that much money, here's what you do. Here's what I say: you get her the roses and the Costco chicken. But then what you do, if you have enough money, if you have enough left, you buy 1 egg. Now, I don't fucking know where you're going to be able to buy one. I hope you got a farm near you. If not, you might have to try and pocket it. I'm not recommending that. But I've heard it's happened, and I've seen people try to get away with worse. But, now I know if I see anybody running out of the store with an egg in their hand today, I know it'll be my fault. No, but the point of it is, you got all kinds of, so this works because now you get home, you hand her the roses, this is for you because I love you, or, whatever, however your relationship is, she's excited, she's got a flower, you got chicken, put the chicken and the egg in the fridge. She'll be real confused. But what you do is, if you're smart, you got the chicken and the egg, and they're in the fridge. They're, it's you're getting it right. It's, defrosting or whatnot. Hopefully it ain't frozen, But you got it getting ready for dinner for tonight, and you offer to make dinner. You offer to cook the chicken, and between the roses and you cooking for her, yeah, I think you guys might just find out who actually came first. The age-old question: who came first? The chicken or the egg, you perverts? Not them. But no, seriously, that's a funny idea if you don't got much money. Jeez. Oh, man. So, that's great. But another thing he mentioned, this was, I believe it was yesterday's, he was talking about, not so much his whole diet, but something about, some oil that he was eating after he was drinking coffee and, whatever's going on. And he's talked before about, getting in shape and whatnot. And he's in his 50s, somewhere up there, I got to be getting close to the 6'0". But, so he's staying in shape and eating healthy and whatnot, I assume. And I was just thinking about it, because I'm 33. So, I got a couple years on him. And, going by the opinion of just about everybody who knows me, actually personally knows me, my diet is cheese. That's it. It's what they say. You ask anybody who knows me, what does he eat? He eats cheese. But the point of that is, hopefully, I'll get to live as long as Bill does, trying to get a lot of grease in there, so at least we can, lubricate the arteries and not just clog them, Let's get some flow going. I get my steps in. I walk from the car into the warehouse every day and back, on break, and and when I go to work and come home, and oh man. So yeah, hopefully we live as long as he does. Good topic. A real funny thing made me laugh to myself. He said he knows a good dad when he sees one because the kids are jumping all over him, and the kids are attacking him, like play fighting and all that. And I just pictured, I thought, I wish Bill would see that. Like, say we're walking down the street, like as he's in New York, everybody's walking around, or subway, but after that you're walking. So say he's walking down the street, just la-da-da, swinging his arms, all happy red Bill, and sees, my sister and I, when we were kids, play fighting with my dad. He's thinking, oh, what a great dad, how happy, look at this, what a family. And he just walks past, right? We walk the other way. What he doesn't realize is at the end of that play fight, I don't know if it got serious or competitive, but we would end up like crying in painful gourmet pretzel shapes on the floor. And yeah, so my advice, Billy, I'm not saying that you don't play nice with your kids, but I would definitely add a few more factors into your judgment of a father or a mother or a parent, besides whether or not they play fight with their kids, because like I said, you can turn into a Annie Ann's pretzel, real quick and get real salty. And then my last comment for at least Bill's podcast. Because honestly, yesterday's wasn't really too funny. I mean, you're laughing at yourself, Billy boy, and I think that's great. I laugh at my own stuff, and I know I'm in like not even the minor leagues, and you're in the majors, and I'm laughing at myself. So, no judgment there, because I know I'm shit sometimes. But no, a last comment on what he was talking about. He's talking about the saunas, the steam rooms, and how he couldn't find one. And the first thing I wondered is, how many fucking steam room and saunas did you go to before you did? At what point would you have given up? Couldn't you have just gone back and taken a hot shower and just let it run until the hot water runs out or something? I don't know, but that was funny. I pictured you going to like 38 different places. And like you said, you got them all, they're all closed. you hear people sliding around and whatnot in there. And you got your own shoes, which, I mean, that's how I feel about bowling shoes too, I mean, and you got socks on with that. But even then, you see what the people do. They just take a little spritz of that, the can that you don't even know what's in it. You just think it's, shoe cleaner, but they just give it a little spritz and then on to the next stinky feet, But he was talking about, the guys, like the guys that the reason they're closed is there's the guys having some fun relations, some good times up in the hot steam room. And he mentioned, why would you want to do it in the rainforest? Well, a friend and I, a friend that lived in Florida with me, before I moved up to Michigan here, where it's currently 7 degrees, and I mean, I'm loving winter, but yeah, it's cold. Got a decent amount of snow and got another few inches coming. But now I was talking to my friend, and we agreed, you don't need a sauna, Bill. I'm sure you've been to Florida, or at least somewhere in a similar tropical feeling of despair, in that 100 and something degree humidity, 80%, 100% humidity. You walk out and it's like putting on your wet clothes out of the washer right after you get out of a hot shower. So you got hot, wet clothes and a hot, wet body, and then go outside in the sunlight. And that's what it feels like. So just being from Florida, I can tell you, buddy, sex in the rainforest, no, it's not fun. No, I mean, yeah, there's the whole Titanic in the back of the car fantasy with the sweaty, steamy window hand, the handprint going down, and it's like in the movies, it looks great, they got the stamina, and then you got the romance and the action, but then you do it yourself, and you're so sweaty, you're sliding around, and you feel gross as shit. You don't want to touch each other. Halfway through, you're like, get the fuck off of me, man. It's gross. So yeah, I agree with you, Bill. I don't get that either, but just so you know, if you ever take Nia to Florida on vacation or anything like that, and you guys have a little alone time, keep the air on unless it's winter, which even Florida winter, like today it's like 80 degrees, so yeah, keep the air on. But oh yeah, so I forgot there's another little thing. It's not as big, but he mentioned instead of the flight attendants being called stewards and stewardesses, he said now they call them flight attendants, and it's just calling them what they are. Well, they don't really attend to the entire flight, they're not, well, I guess they get the captain's drinks probably or snacks, but I don't know if you fly first class or if you fly well, the way you talk about stinky people's feet and people fucking looking like bums and stuff, sounds like you fly on the damn wing of the plane. But no, anyway, I was thinking a good name for them. We should switch it up, because if you don't have money to buy your a snack that you want, you might as well call them the plane peanutters. Because that's what they do. They're on the plane and they give you peanuts. I mean, they tell you the rules, but that's about it. You get the rules, and then you get peanuts, and besides that, go fuck yourselves, pretty much. I mean, unless you're, on one of those fancier airlines, or, like I said, first class. I don't know, some of the first classes look pretty nice, and they got like some menus on some nicer meals, but depends on the flight. I know one thing they don't have, though. I saw this YouTube video. Everybody gets bored, and where we all, I'm sure most of us normal folks, start watching videos and go down the rabbit hole into, some funny shit that we're watching. And there was a death metal song, and the song was a recipe for chocolate chip cookies. And I'm not even about to attempt to recreate that. Because, they're screaming and it's hardcore and, loud, but it's hilarious because they're like, 2 cups of eggs, and they scream that, or, 2 cups of eggs. What the fuck am I saying? God. And see, Bill? When I said it was silly that you're laughing at yourself because it wasn't funny, I gotta laugh at that because that was stupid. 2 cups of eggs. How do you put the... I mean, I guess if you crack them first, you could dump them in the cup, but if you just put the egg in the cup, then how do you measure that? No, but anyway, yeah, they go through the ingredients list, and, every ingredient they're screaming, and then there's, preheat the oven, and set it to 350, and it's getting, like, real grungy and, like, aggressive, and it was hilarious. And then I ended up getting onto a video, and, everything, you can't believe any videos you watch. You never know what's fake or what's real anymore. But I have to say, if it's real, God bless and help that person. But if it's not, it's still hilarious. It looks like someone's video, and they're like a fairground. You got like your little funnel cake stand and your pizza or hot dogs and whatever, all that, and then the rides, you got, Ferris wheel and things in the background, just normal, typical, probably county fair looking thing. But they're videoing, there's like this heavy wind, like that. There's that beach somewhere over in Asia where the planes take off, and you hold on to the fence and try not to get blown over to the water. If anybody knows about that, it's kind of like, it was a video like that, the person videoing, you're watching, and people are kind of scattering to shelter, and their shirts and their pants are flapping, and their tents started tipping over, like the tents for people that are selling their, like, bracelets and jewelry and homemade crap. All those tents and everything was blown away, and then it just shows the row of porta potties, and 1 or 2 like start tumbling, and then one just goes flying in the air, And yeah, the door didn't open, and the best part was there was a caption that said, when you're in the porta potty and you do a 720 or a 1080 like a skateboard trick in the air, and it shows the porta potty flying up and spinning. And like I said, man, nobody wants to be covered in shit. That's I think everybody's biggest porta potty fear. I think that's all of our biggest fear is, please, if anything happens to me, do not let it be this porta potty tipping over while I'm in it, or exploding, or any of that, Or if it does, at least hope I'm the first person to ever use it. But and even then, it's still horrible. But speaking of shitty, I didn't realize moving. I get like Bill at one point said he moved from the New England area near Boston to New York. I don't know if it was direct. He might have lived somewhere else. I don't. But point is, there's a lot of hazing. I'm getting hazed for being a Florida boy. I get it. You got the dirty South, and you got the Florida memes. You got the guy that did the bath salt thing or whatever and tried to eat someone's face, years and years ago or something. And like a lot of the Island Boys, the dumb video, I think they might have been in Florida, if not, pretty close. So yeah, I understand there's some stereotypes and some funny, funny ideas about the South. I'm not going to get into all the family relationships. People think, I don't know if it's just, the Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana area, or if you included Florida into that stereotype or that, misdirected weirdness. But, no, in the area I'm from, the Tampa Bay area, people act pretty, pretty normal as far as what I thought or think normal is. But no, the hazing I'm getting here, it's because it's small towny here. People the social media is not that big, whereas back in home in Florida, old home, I guess, everybody talk to everybody every day. So you got messages on your phone, you got messages online, and you're constantly, what are you doing today? Hanging out with this person. What do you guys got going on this weekend? You got a cookout here. You got these people going bowling, whatever. Then, up here, it's been hell, man. I mean, literally, I was thinking about it, and I thought I haven't been hazed this bad besides college. When I first started college, and even then, it wasn't even until I rushed for a frat, which anybody who's ever rushed for, I don't know how sororities are, girls can be pretty. If you watch that Amanda Serrano and Katie, I forget her last name, some Irish, I believe, Katie something, but Katie won, but Amanda should have won because Katie was hugging her, and then as soon as they'd let go, she'd hit her right where she had a cut on her eye, and she's just kept hitting the cut over and over, and then as soon as Amanda had the upper hand, she'd hug her. She'd hug her and put her head on her like, I'm tired, just hold me. I felt so bad for that Amanda girl. That was before the Jake Paul Tyson fight. Felt so bad for that girl, man. She deserved that win. She's the people's champ. If you've seen that movie, The Real Steel, with the Wolverine guy, Hugh Jackman, I think it is. If you've seen that movie, Real Steel, it's the robots fighting, and he's the dad, and obviously there's the absent father figure who becomes present, and then has the falling out, and then the happy ending, whatnot. But I forgot where I was going with that. Look at that, I did the same thing I was bitching about Bill doing when I said he had Alzheimer's, because he went straight into his ads. I forgot where I was going with it. Yep, totally out of my head. Totally right out of my head mid-sentence. I couldn't have told you what I was. Yeah, I'm sorry. That just comes with the territory of, we're working, still doing the overtime. I'm not sure if, it's still for the people who, suffered from the fires and hurricanes, or if the company's just like, well, screw it. We're making money. The guy that runs it, he's up there, I'd say 70s, 80s. So, in his generation, it was work harder and smarter, we'd be putting in 12-hour days, 7 days a week. And even then, he'd probably be wondering why, we're taking 30-minute lunches. No, he's a great guy. He's a nice guy, but, that you are of your time, people, times were different back then. Kids helped out the family businesses, and, well, I mean, I'm sure some do now, but, things have changed a lot, even in my 33, so I can't imagine, my dad's 60, Bill's getting close to that. I can't imagine, grandparents or, anybody, retired, what you've seen. But, putting in the long weeks. Actually, this is my latest response to any of Bill's Cat podcasts or any, my latest of any of my own casts. Just because of that, because, he is a Thursday afternoon. He's a little late, I'm gonna keep picking on you, Bill. I'm gonna keep, poking at you. Like I said, the whole point here is to, kick around a little sand in the anthill and see if we can't get the, I don't want to call you the queen. I don't want to call you the queen, but I guess I'm stuck doing that now because I'm committed. So, yeah, we're going for the queen here, to say hey, we think it's a pretty cool hill you built here, and, we'd like to see it, we'd like to take a tour, maybe have some lunch or something, oh, man, go out and have all your worker ants, get us a leaf, you want to split a leaf, talk about life. Man, I'm sorry, buddy, but, no, on those notes, though, I do have to be a little shorter just because I got to get back into work, get back to doing the daily grind. I hope everybody had a safe week, especially the people who got snow or ice. Well, the ice for sure, but, there's been a lot of accidents around here, so, be safe. Hope you had a good week. Enjoy your weekend for all the couples out there, Don't get too crazy tonight, or there's going to be a lot of babies in October, November, which aren't there anyways, aren't there already? God, I mean, my dad, myself, a lot of my family is born in October, so a lot of people I know are October, November, September, etc. So yeah, congrats to all you couples. You get to have a fun night together. If you're like me, I'm single. So I'll be doing the old ordering food because there's too much snow. Well, not too much. I could drive, but I don't feel like it. So I'm doing the old ordering some food, kicking back, watching a movie. And with that, all you single people and all the couples and Bill, go fuck yourselves and have a good weekend. And we'll catch back in on Tuesday. Hopefully Bill gets his Monday up early. And I'll get some notes. Hopefully some funny shit happens over the weekend so I can actually have some more, good stories to give you. Thanks for watching and listening. Yeah, once again, go fuck yourselves. Not just, for the end of the cast, but do it for yourself. Do it for yourself because you love yourself and it's Valentine's. You deserve it. You deserve it. I hope you really enjoy it. You deserve it. The singles, too, just treat yourself like you want to be treated. That's the golden rule. All right, get out of here. Fuck off.